Nothing is wrong, yet something inside you won't stay quiet. 1. I've noticed this before. That strange tension, that quiet pressure behind the chest when nothing is happening. No danger, no threat, no obvious reason. And still, the body reacts, as if something is already wrong. Pause. For a long time, I thought anxiety was about the present. Something here, something now, something I missed. But the deeper I looked, the less that made sense. Because often, there is nothing here. And yet, something feels remembered. 1. I started paying attention, not to what was happening outside, but to what was moving inside. The images, the thoughts, the flashes, they didn't feel new. They felt familiar, not clearly remembered, but recognized, like echoes. Ow. And that's when something shifted. A question appeared. What if this feeling is not about now at all? Pause. What if it's coming from something that already happened, but is no longer visible? 5. We like to think of memory as something stable, as if the past is stored somewhere, intact, untouched, waiting for us to revisit it. But that isn't how it works. Not really. 1. Memory is not a recording. It's not a video file, not a fixed archive. It's reconstruction. Every time you remember something, you rebuild it from fragments, from emotion, from meaning, and each time you rebuild it, you change it, slightly, quietly, without noticing. So the question becomes, if memory is constantly changing, then what exactly are we reacting to? Pause. Are we reacting to the past, or to a version of it that we just created? I know, sometimes anxiety appears without a clear cause, but look closer, and you may find something else. A pattern. A certain tone of thought, a familiar emotional color, a repeated internal scene. Not exact, but similar. Our mess. And then you realize, this isn't new. It's remembered, but not consciously. 1. Some researchers suggest that the brain doesn't store experiences as complete stories, but as emotional imprints, fragments, associations. And when something in the present even slightly resembles the past, those fragments activate. 1. Not as memory, but as feeling. That's why it feels immediate, real, urgent, even when nothing is happening. The body doesn't ask, is this happening now? It reacts. Because from its perspective, the pattern matches. And so anxiety appears, not as a mistake, but as recognition. 1. Recognition of something you don't fully see. I began to notice this in small moments. A conversation that felt tense, even when it wasn't. A silence that felt heavy, even when it was neutral. And each time, if I stayed with it, if I didn't run from it, something revealed itself. Not a clear memory, but a direction. A sense that this feeling had been felt before, but not exactly like this. 1. Because it never is. Memory doesn't return as it was. It returns, transformed, easy, and yet it carries enough similarity to trigger the same response. 8. That's why it can be confusing. 1. You search the present for a cause and find nothing. 1. Because the source is not here. 200. It's in the reconstruction. Datus, in the way your mind recreates meaning. And the more often something is remembered, the more solid it feels. Even if it's no longer accurate. 1. Even if it's been reshaped dozens of times. Over time, the memory becomes less about what happened and more about how it was felt. 2. And that feeling begins to define expectation. 1. So now, you're not reacting to reality, but to anticipation, and anticipation built from reconstructed memory. In first, this is where anxiety often lives. 1. Not in the present, but in the echo of the past, as it's being recreated now, of gross. And once I saw that, something softened. Because I stopped trying to fix the present and started observing the process. The moment a feeling appeared, I didn't immediately believe it. 1. I paused, and asked, what is this reminding me of? Not logically, but emotionally, and sometimes there was no answer. But the question itself created space. Answer. Space between the reaction and the awareness. Yeah, and in that space, something changed. The feeling didn't disappear, but it lost its certainty. It became something I could observe, instead of something I had to obey. 1. Because if memory is reconstruction, then anxiety is not proof. And it's a signal. 1. A signal that something familiar is being reactivated. But familiarity doesn't mean truth. It just means repetition. And and repetition can feel convincing. But awareness interrupts it. To that, not by force, but by presence. By noticing without immediately reacting. Dallin, by seeing the pattern instead of becoming it. I expected, and slowly, very slowly, the intensity changes. 1. Not because the past disappears, but because it is no longer unconsciously recreated. You still remember, but differently. With space. 1. With distance. With less attachment to the emotional charge. And in that space, something becomes possible. And choice. Not in what happened, but in how it is experienced now. Why? Because the present moment is not the past. 1. Even if it feels like it. And and memory is not fixed. Even if it seems consistent. It is alive. To en masse. Changing. With every recall. 1. Which means you are not trapped in it. And even if it feels that way, what you feel is real. 1. But what it points to may not be what you think. Ashanu. And when you begin to see that, anxiety changes its role. 2 thous. It stops being an enemy. 2. And becomes a message. 1. Not always clear, not always comfortable, but meaningful. Something asking to be seen. Inset, not suppressed. 1. Not avoided. 1 7. But understood. 1. And maybe just maybe, that quiet tension you feel when nothing is wrong, is not a sign that something is broken, but a reminder that something unresolved is still being reconstructed. Happens right now to them in this moment. Maybe anxiety isn't a mistake, but a signal you learned to ignore, to observe, reflect, awaken.